Guys, how do you like the new color of the cupcake?
You're that embarrassed of being a Liverpool fan right now?
Looking good.
I went purple and white because we went soft as fuck.
What is going on, BenchWarmers? Welcome back to another fantastic episode. Like, it's horrible for all of us.
For everybody.
I'm one of your hosts. My name is Erik. Of course, always with me is Marco the Interrupter, Edgar the Annoyed, and Ricky the Pundit.
Hey.
What's going on, boys? How you guys been?
Good, bro.
Doing good.
Chilling.
Doing good. Yeah, Edgar, how's that painting going over there?
At least the painting's done. Check it out.
Those who don't know, Edgar's painting his room, his little nice new nursery. Nice color. I like the color, man.
Yeah, it looks good, right?
Yeah.
Very soft of you. He's been painting that since I think the first week of January. That's one of the times that he hopped on, and every time he has been doing a little bit of the recording while doing something related to the room.
Yeah, he does one stroke every recording.
One stroke.
One stroke, a comment. One stroke and a comment.
So before we get into today's episode, we're not gonna do our usual game by game analysis. I know everybody truly enjoys that and loves that, but you wanna kind of steer away from that and just give you the current status of our clubs and how everything is looking right now. I can tell you right now, it's not too peachy. It's not the greatest times. So, but we'll get into it. Before we do, Marco, where can they follow us?
They can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter by searching BenchWarmers FC1.
Awesome. Ricky.
Yes, sir.
Where can they watch us?
They can watch us on YouTube by searching BenchWarmers FCTV.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
And Edgar.
I was born like that.
Where can they hear your frustration that you're about to express?
Off the bridge on Greenbrook Road in North Plainview, New Jersey. I heard it's pretty shallow. If I go head first, I think it'll be a quick and easy death.
I mean,
if you want to email us, just email us at bench@benchwarmersfc.com.
I didn't know you asked for the email, Edgar.
I did ask for the email. I guess I wasn't listening. So if you want to listen to us, like I was asking, you can do so on all your podcast platforms, major podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, all that good stuff. BenchWarmers FC. Now, Edgar, are you taking these diving lessons from Salah? Too soon? We'll get
too soon.
Build up for it. Okay.
Wait. No, not yet.
Let's rewind that. You did. So, BenchWarmers FC. Thank you guys. All right, cool. So, listen, I want to talk about our clubs, and I know we can talk for hours on end about Arsenal and Liverpool, and I don't know. What do you support, Ricky?
Manchester.
Even he's like,
he had to pause and think about it.
So how about this? We'll start off in Manchester, talk about their current form and what's coming up next for them next, and then we'll go to our teams. And if we have enough time, we'll dabble into the Thomas Tuchel era of Chelsea and the Mourinho downfall already that Spurs are encountering, all within 2 seasons. So it's amazing. They hit the fast forward button on Mourinho and got past all the good stuff and are already at the shit at the very end. So let's kick it off with the Manchester United current form. Ricky.
Yes.
I'm going to give you as much time as you need to get all of your Manchester United knowledge out right now for everybody listening on how your club currently is standing.
Just FYI, Chicharito isn't on the team anymore.
There's going to be a quick segment then.
And that was it, guys. He wasn't kidding. That was it.
Manchester United, currently second place.
It's a team.
I thought it was like Manchester United is red.
Manchester United is a team.
Oh my god.
Well, look. You know what, Ricky? How about this? Let me change the gears for a second, and let me ask you guys: did you guys watch the Super Bowl last night?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I didn't watch it. I'm not surprised. But you watched it, Ricky?
I did, yeah.
Were you aware that the Glazers, who own the Buccaneers, also own Manchester United.
The Glaciers?
The Glazers, yes.
What the fuck is that?
That's
What team is that?
That's his team.
even
Glazers?
Edgar is like wow. All right, so I wanna put this on a record for anybody listening, anybody watching.
I don't know shit.
Ricky is just in this the fun, bro. Like he does not watch United play. Ricky, I'm sorry. I'm
I'm sorry. Explain to me. I'm ignorant in this subject matter.
The
Glazers.
Own your team.
That's your last name.
That's the last name of the people who own your team.
Oh. Okay.
I know you're thinking about Glizzies. I'm talking about Glazers.
I thought it sounded like you were referring to another team. I'm like, who is a Glacier? I never heard of a Glacier team.
Oh, because
It's a hockey team.
So who are the Buccaneers?
Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay, all right.
So Tampa Bay
current
Buccaneers are
champion.
owned by the same group that owned Manchester United.
Aren't there like 4 teams American owned now?
Correct. In the Premier League?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's Liverpool, there's Manchester United, I believe Arsenal, because the Kroenke organization, KSG is an
And
American.
Newcastle United.
And oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Newcastle.
Oh, and Fulham actually. I think Fulham is actually owned by Americans.
No, I don't think
Fulham
Newcastle is. I don't think
Newcastle isn't. Fulham is.
Yeah, well, fact check us if you are listening or watching this. Fact check us down below. Let us know who the teams are. We don't know everything top of our heads. We try to, but we try our best.
Did you know that Ryan Reynolds bought a team? I think it's in the second tier, maybe third.
He bought a team. I think they're like in 4th or 5th division. They're way down, but he did buy a team. That is right.
How is this related to Manchester United?
Ricky's bringing it up. So I'm gonna give him all the knowledge he wants to let it out, and he just
no, because we went into team ownership, so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, my man went to Google, typed in English owned teams, and then hit get lucky. He hit the get lucky button, and then all of a sudden that pops up.
Edgar, your hair is cracking.
I'm using my phone and my hands are
Is it coming up?
He made it worse.
So how? I'm not sure how accurate this is, and again, don't quote me, but from what Diego, who's not here today, but I guess he'd be our United correspondent. He said that if the Buccaneers won, the Glazers promised United $150 million for transfer budget. Seeing how the club is currently standing, second place, you guys are looking pretty solid. It looks like a lot of the players that you guys have now are going to be sticking around for the future, except for maybe like Pogba or something. How far off is the title if this transfer budget is this rumor or whatever it is true?
I mean, it's pretty obtainable, I would say, just because like shit has been happening that it's kind of been crazy. But I don't think that if we get a transfer, it's gonna guarantee us or improve our chances. It could go either way, it could be a bad transfer and then it goes to shit. So
yeah.
So I'm not banking on a transfer. I think I would much rather prefer that they keep their form and continue improving, and then that would be more of a realistic goal.
Build something sustainable.
Yeah. So
like
that's my take on it.
I mean, Chelsea did get 220 and didn't do shit. So 150, well used, can do something.
You know what's impressive? With what Ricky said right now, and all his wealth of knowledge that we have very clear, we know what it is. He was almost on point with what every pundit that gets paid for this shit actually says.
Hey man.
And you know what's funny?
Pundit for nothing.
And you know what's funny? He's the only one on the bench that has the right predictions of top 4 so far.
Damn it!
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Diego did say, "Don't tell Ricky."
So for what we're talking about, before the season kicked off, all of us here in the bench made a predictions for our top 4, and the only one who has it. Is it 100% accurate or
so far? Yeah, so far as of today, yes.
100% accurate is Ricky, the United Wolves fan.
Thank you.
Just watch who's watched a total of 90 minutes across the whole EPL season.
So it means he watches 1 minute of every game. You know that happens. So just to kind of.
It's called the highlight.
I watched the highlights. Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, but no, that's good that you say that, because you know that's a problem with like United. I feel like at the moment their structure isn't there. They still don't have a sporting director, or I think Ed Woodward acts as a sporting director when he's actually the businessman. Something that Liverpool implemented and Arsenal all followed along as well. So if United can actually, I guess, fix the way that the club is structured, this 150 million they're gonna get in incentive because of the Buccaneers winning, if it's true.
I was about to say that.
I could see United being top dogs with Man City, with Liverpool, and that's pretty much as of late. But that terrifies me, and I do not want it to happen at all.
I'm about to buy Manchester United stocks.
Well, stocks are always going up for you guys. I don't know how. When you guys do shit, they go higher. Don't know how, but
yeah, I'll be honest. I even thought about buying some stocks so I could rub it in Diego's face and be like, "Yeah, I own part of your team." And guess what? It's my worst stock ever.
I mean that can also backfire because we all know that your first love is Man United.
And you're investing into the club then. Literally.
That would backfire very quickly.
I know. That's what hurts a little bit. That's why I haven't done it yet. Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the comebacks I'd have to set up for it.
Oh, geez.
Just don't say anything. Just buy it and don't ever say anything. Until you receive that like stockholder jersey that says thank you,
and then burn it in front of him. But United are in for good times. They did draw recently against Everton 3-3 at the very, very, very last minute of the game, where I believe it was Dominic Calvert-Lewin who came in the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
That everybody is saying, and what do you guys think? This has knocked them out of the title race. Man City is taking it all the way.
Anybody want to jump in? Because I don't think that knocked them out of the title race. You know what knocked them out of the title race? Fucking Man City stomping on Liverpool. But
I mean, bro, honestly, what's the difference of points right now? I believe it is
10 points with the game in hand.
5 or 6 points, something like that.
Oh, it's shit. It's 5 points with the game in hand. So technically, Man United still has a chance. And yes, damn Ricky.
5 points with the game in hand.
They do have a chance. It's just that the way how solid Man City has been looking, plus a game in hand, it's crazy not to think that they might just take this and just run it to the end of the season.
So you know the game in hand is against Everton.
Yes.
On February 17th. So
if I'm not mistaken, I believe Man City either tied or set the record for most consecutive wins, which was last held by Arsenal. I believe 2003, 2004, I forget what year. But they either tied it or they won it, or they set the record with 14 wins in a row. So to your point, Marco, Man City are in top form. There is no knocking them down right now. If there's going to be any trouble year for them, it's going to be this year, but we'll talk more about them in a bit. But yeah, so just so you know which fixtures United have next coming up. They have West Brom, Newcastle, which should be points that they should be taken away, definitely.
Cool, yeah.
And then this where it gets a little tricky for them on a nice little 3-game stretch where they have Chelsea, Man City, and West Ham. So if they can survive that with as much of month of March, if they can survive, that's all in March, man. That's all March back to back to back to back. If they can survive March with at least, I don't know, 9, that's winning all games, like 6 of these points, and maybe drop in 3 points, they're still in the race because Man City, let's see who they have real quick. Although they are in top form, they still, there's the Premier League, man. That's the beauty of this league. Anything can happen.
They have Spurs this weekend.
Spurs this weekend. Point Everton.
Yep, Everton.
Arsenal, West Ham, United. I mean, they have the hard schedule coming up now.
The next 4 weeks.
So I think the league is going to be decided at the end of March.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough.
I think anything can happen,
Yeah,
so.
I mean, that's the beauty of this league. Anything can happen. But that's United. Speaking of anything can happen, Man City beating Liverpool 4-1 at Anfield. anything can happen, bro.
For real.
Anfield losing 3 games back to back at home. Anything can happen, bro. Liverpool winning the trophy and only holding it for 1 year. Anything can happen, bro.
Shit, I feel like I should have a pun right now. Damn it. You hate to see. Oh shit, that's Liverpool.
So, Edgar, before we get into the game and everything, I just one burning question one burning, I guess.
Es gonorrhea. Go see a doctor.
No. It's this common thread I'm seeing, and I just want to get your first initial thoughts and reaction on this before we get into the game and everything. But not, well, you know what Liverpool is right now. Thiago.
Mano, eso, yo lo dije hace tiempo. I've been saying it, and people don't want to agree with me. Nico and Eddie aren't on the same page with me. Thiago is hurting us. It's hurting us right now because what he wants to play and what we need him to do isn't the same thing. With Thiago on the field, we're not doing what Hendo used to do. Like, I can get into it completely and
I'm asking you.
Go forward and all that, but it's going to go over everybody's heads because nobody's listening to this to get that point of view.
That's what I'm asking you, because when I saw Thiago coming into Liverpool, I was excited for you guys because, I mean, not for you guys to win the league, but to see what could happen because Thiago is, I mean, we all know what he can do. And that game against United, I was defending him. You know, I was like, yo, this guy is the best player on the pitch, even though this game is horrible. And then the run you guys go on.
I've noticed a couple
what's
of
going
things.
on? Like, what is it?
I've noticed, like, the first play of the game, what happens? He gets a yellow card right off the bat. He goes to ground way too quickly. He doesn't know how to defend. He's on a yellow, so that means he can't cause a foul, a tactical foul in the middle of the game. And if he's holding down the 6 or if he's holding down a quick run down the middle, he's got to back off. So that leaves Henderson either blocking the middle or blocking in the center back. So all of a sudden they get clean runs through. So that's already one of the goals, I think, the Gundogan goal. It's like Gundogan shouldn't have been there by himself. If Henderson was there, if Fabinho was there in the 6, they would have been covering Gundogan, and it would have been Gomez and Van Dijk in the back. So that space would have been a nice little 3 or 4 block right there. But instead it was just 2. Why? Because Gini doesn't play that. Fabinho doesn't play that. Fabinho does, and Thiago doesn't play. They play like cams, right? One of them sometimes drops into defense, but mostly it was Henderson doing the covering. That's not what happened here. Henderson's already in the back. He can't cover the whole field. So it's a mess. Trent Alexander-Arnold isn't the same without Van Dijk, without Joe Gomez covering for him. What would also happen when Trent is sprinting up, Henderson was covering the space at right back. Where's Henderson now? Center back. Is Gini getting behind Trent? No. So again, it comes down to the midfield not being what we needed it to be. And Thiago doesn't play that game because he didn't have to do that shit at Bayern Munich. So
would it be safe to say that Thiago would probably be better in this team with better or the right personnel around him? Meaning
he was meant to play on this team with the right personnel, which was supposed to be
Van Dijk
and Henderson in the midfield in their positions. Now everybody got moved around. Can you imagine Henderson and Fabinho in the midfield with Van Dijk and Gomez in the back? Thiago has liberty to do whatever he wants 5-6 yards outside of the opposition's box. Give him the ball, he'll move it around, put it in through. Now he's got to run back 60-70 yards and try to put a 90-yard ball into Salah's feet. It's just not going to happen. Not at all.
Man, that's it's heartbreaking. I guess as a Liverpool fan, when Thiago comes in, you expect him to move the world for you. And I mean, again, he can still turn it up. You never know. Who knows who comes back from injury? But only time will tell.
But honestly, I don't even feel bad about the game, man. Like, I don't. Like, it hurts, but how can anybody account for the 3 mistakes out? People are saying it's 2. Right?
That's 3, yeah.
The third he could have stopped, but he was already in his head.
He's already down. He was already
down. He wasn't quick. His hands should have been higher. His hands were down to his side. He was just he didn't know how to stand. He didn't know how to set himself up. He didn't know how to block anything. He got a hand to it, slight hand, but his reflection was off. At that point, he was done. Yeah. It's a 1-1 game. Yes, they deserve to win, hands down, right? And yeah, it was a fluky penalty, but let's be honest, the fluky penalty was also on Sterling. Sterling had a fluky penalty.
No, that was a clear cut. It was more, yes, it was more clear cut than the Salah, but both of them are dives. Because Sterling felt the touch, goes straight down. And he's always done it. He gets it. Good on him. Gundogan should have scored.
That would have been 1-0, right? Then Salah gets a tie, then they score one more. Okay, fine, 2-1, but it's not a flow game. All right. The problem is that the top three are not scoring. They are not scoring. They're done. Like, I don't get it. But the good thing is that means that none of them are moving anywhere.
Well, you said good news, but that could be bad news because I've been hearing a lot of things that Salah and Mane aren't on the best terms right now. I don't know how true that is. That could be complete BS. Also, Salah wants out, so does Mane. I don't know how true that is, but one theory that I've came across as to Liverpool and their current form this season specifically is not due to the players, but more to Klopp and his requirements. And they say that's what happened in Borussia. He just drove his players until they physically they just can't. They just couldn't mentally. He couldn't do anymore.
3 seasons of this, bro. 3 seasons of this.
So right? how can you maintain that intensity? It's not sustainable.
That was. Here we go. Van Dijk was supposed to be holding it up, right? He played almost every minute of every game last season, right? Gomez was supposed to be holding it up, right? Fabinho was supposed to be holding it up. All right, fine. They're all in the back now. Whatever, Gomez and Dijk is out. Thiago was supposed to come in, change it up. Diogo Jota was supposed to be there pushing the top 3. Where are they?
Minamino got transferred out.
Minamino got transferred out. It's just things aren't working. And the ones who are supposed to be putting pressure aren't even there to put the pressure on. Why? Because you're fucking injured. Okay, I get it. But we don't have a second team. We don't have a second bench like fucking Manchester City does. And I'm not even mad about it. You know why? Because that's what I've always wanted. A team that can just take lonely players, take weaker players and turn them into a squad. But unfortunately, this season, everything's hurting us. You know what I mean? It just sucks that we can't fucking turn it around. We can't beat low block teams. I don't get it.
I hear on that.
It's impossible. Like, City's technical ability, and that's what City pays money for, right? All these really expensive players is because very, very, very good technically with their feet, right?
Best defense in the league.
So what happens? They can break down these teams. We are not as technically gifted as Man City. So if our ability to get behind the back line goes down, we can't be put in. We can't break down low block teams where Man City can, and that's what it comes down to. Man City are winning the 1-0 games that Liverpool were winning last season, right? So I'm not even mad. I just hope that Klopp can turn it around. I hope he doesn't fall apart like he did at Borussia. Because if he falls apart like he did at Borussia, he's going to be gone. And who do we replace him with?
So
Tuchel already went to Chelsea. So he can't go to Liverpool. It's just the way it goes.
My last question to you. Are you scared of a top 4?
Yes.
Everton are what? I think 1 point behind and 2 games in hand, if I'm not mistaken.
They might be 1 game in hand right now, but
2 games.
2 games?
2 games in hand, yep. And I think
they win both. They jump us on the table.
They have 37 points and 21 games in.
Okay, so what that means is that Man City needs to do us a favor and spank their fucking ass because Everton are the motherfuckers that put us in this situation.
Yeah, they are.
I said 3 years ago. I said was it when City won the league by 1 point over Liverpool 2 seasons ago? I said if we can't beat Everton, we're not winning the league. We didn't beat Everton. We tied them. We didn't win the league. We lost it by 1 point. Right? Those 2 points we would have won it. This season they said we can't let them win 2 back-to-back. Let's break Van Dijk. I fucking hate Everton.
All right. How about this? Just to add a little more, and I'm not gonna ask you a question, but just to leave this simmering in your thoughts, in your brain cells, your heartbreak, the filling the cracks of your broken heart right now of the losses you guys have endured. Next, you guys have Leicester. That's a hard game. Brendan Rodgers, Liverpool, at home. It's gonna be a good matchup. This game, Liverpool versus Everton, February 20th. Mark the day, boys. I think we find out if Liverpool get knocked out of top 4 and Everton jump them on the table. The day that happens, I think we're gonna see a civil war happen over in Liverpool. So we'll leave it at that. Liverpool are going some hard times, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, that's the beauty of this league. Anything can fucking happen.
I'm gonna say something real quick. If Jaimecito does what he needs to do for Everton on the 20th, I will change his rating. I'm saying it here right now.
He did it for United. He did it against United.
If I miss, but it's one game. If he does it for a second game against Liverpool, his rating will go from 6 out of 10 to 6.5 out of 10. I said it right here. But he needs to do it against Liverpool.
Marco, and by the way, I forgot to tell you, I take back my take back of Ray Charleston being good. So he sucks.
I think you should take that back. I agree with you on that one.
With taking back, take backs, man. I wish we could take back the good times at Arsenal, because now I'm missing those days really bad. So let's talk about that for a bit. Arsenal have gone on a 2-game losing streak after going on the 7-game bounce after that horrific run. Now, Marco, I know
I gotta say, isn't Aston Villa harder than they seem?
Oh, dude, I was scared of this game from the beginning, man. I never.
I fear them.
Confident,
dude. I didn't even see it coming, man. Like fucking Aston Villa. Like
I did just based off of the last game.
Like,
and I want one thing about Aston Villa that I do want to shout out is Martinez. I fucking love that guy, bro. I really hope he gets a call up to Argentina. He deserves it. I was going through the stats the other day with Marco on Xbox, and I've been seeing this argument. Oh, Martinez, we should never let him go. We should let Leno go. I back Leno 100%. I think he's a great keeper. He's good. He's one of the best keepers in the league. But then when I see Martinez's stats lined up against every other keeper, dude, he is by far the best keeper in the league. There's no doubt in my mind. He is, I believe, second in the league for clean sheets, and I think third or fourth with the most saves. So that hand, if you look at Ederson, yeah, he's number 1, but he's probably saving. Maybe I have to look at the stat. You know what? Let me pull it up. Marco, you want to talk for a bit while I pull this up? Because I'm really curious.
I mean, bro, I agree with you, man. Martinez is. It's hard to see him play against Arsenal. For the first game, he had that one banger of a pass, that throw that gave him that 3-1. This time, he was on his game. It's kind of like he's usually good, but when he plays against Arsenal, it's like, this is what you guys let go, and let me show you why you should have kept me. And then it backfires and it burns, and you can't avoid it. You're happy for him, but it still hurts seeing him.
You say that he like knocked it up a gear against Arsenal, right? He gave an interview about Granit Xhaka and that free kick that he saved from him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I know Granit has a beautiful left foot, and I had a feeling he was gonna go top bins, and that's exactly where he went, and he beat him there." So the stats I was telling you about, Ederson. Where is it? I just lost it. Ederson has 34 saves this season. Martinez has 75. 75. Second most clean sheets, 11. This guy is by far the best goalie in the league. My hat's off to him. And Aston Villa, man, that team is definitely surprising everybody this year. And I'm not mad at it, because I like the players on that team. I like Grealish. I hate, but I love Watkins because he keeps giving it to us. But he's an Arsenal fan. Like, fuck, shit, go to Arsenal. But whatever, it is what it is. Arsenal are on a 2-game losing streak. However, I'm not scared yet, Marco. I'm not nervous. I'm not ringing the alarm bells yet.
We've seen the worst already.
We've seen it, yeah. And I'll be honest, even though we lost these 2 games, we were better. The first game we lost, I 100% blame on the referee, because he shanked us completely with the red cards. Oh, what were you laughing at? Because Wolves is your second team?
I think somebody's I'm like, nope.
Never mind. Yeah, so I think we got shanked that first game by the referees. Whatever. We shot ourselves. Leno, horrible mistake. We shot ourselves in the foot. Second game, there was a penalty, and I sent it to you guys that was not checked at all, which really irked the hell out of me. The inconsistencies of these refs. But if you look at the game performances, when we have our full team on there performing at the best at their abilities with the players that we want, like Thomas Partey, not walking off injured, we have been better than all these teams we played against. And it bothers me that the results don't reflect that, but that is the beauty of the game, that you can have the best game of your life, but you'll still lose 1-0. And that's exactly what happened. We lost 1-0. One error. from Gabriel, who was our best defender all season. But why was he playing? Because David Luiz was missing.
Yeah.
It wasn't really Gabriel's fault though.
It was Cedric.
Well,
it was
Cedric's fault. It was
Cedric's
Cedric's fault. Yeah, but the thing is that it was a bad pass. But that's the miscommunication and experiences, because Cedric, you saw what he was doing. He passed it back. He went out left, expecting Gabriel to push up with the ball. Gabriel just stood there, and that's the lack of communication, the lack of experience. I think it was more Cedric fault than Gabriel's fault. But my point being is that without David Luiz there, you don't really see those passing mistakes too often in the back.
Yeah, it's a mischemistry.
It's a mischemistry, and we're still building on that.
Yeah, and
he's young.
Well, that's why I'm not mad, because it was like Cedric has been so good these past couple of games that Tierney's out, and one pass came to that one goal that they scored, and then for the rest of the game we were there.
Matt Ryan had his debut and he's an Arsenal boy through and through. He unfortunately can't get the clean sheet he wanted, but he had a great game overall. Good backup goalkeeper. But as far as the current state of our club, I think we're in a good position with Odegaard coming in. I think if Zidane does stay, I think he's definitely going to stay at Arsenal. Again, that's all up in the air, but I think he's a good fit. I think we're gonna be able to make the best out of his time at Arsenal. But I'm not worried, man. All this talk about Arteta out, trust the process is a joke. No, I'm 100% in, and I'm buying it, bro. Because when we play good, we play fucking good, and we look nice playing good.
Oh yeah,
but in the meantime, it's growing pains. Growing pains. We're still getting our players in. We still have the team that we want, but we'll get there.
We already got rid of that weight.
We got rid of a lot of a lot of that weight. So we'll see what happens next season. I don't really have much on Arsenal. We do have who do we have this weekend coming up? Let me tell you right now.
No, I was gonna blur out the date, but no, it's not them.
I had everything pulled up here, and now it all went away.
Oh, Leeds.
Oh, we have Leeds, and Leeds won today 2-0. So this would be a good match for Pepe to get his revenge on Leeds after he got that red card. He's been in top form too. So again, just Arsenal fans out there, take it easy.
Game by game.
Game by game. Don't worry. Listen. It's not like Rome wasn't built in a night. For us, it's been about 15 years, I think. But yeah. 2004, 2005 was the
last time.
Our last title, yeah. Invisible title, but whatever. It is what it is. Now, how much time we got, Marco?
We're like at 30.
All right. So you know what? Before let's not talk about any other team. If Chelsea City fans want to come on here, they can come on here. I have one little discussion with you guys that I want to have, and it's been on my mind this whole week after these refereeing decisions that I mentioned to you guys, and after the news that came out, which I'm not in favor for, but I understand why it happened. Mike Dean asked to not officiate this weekend after receiving death threats and being abused, and his family being abused through social media after his controversial red card yet again. He has the most red cards in the Premier League. Now, I don't want to focus on Mike Dean. I just want to focus on the Premier League officials as a whole. What can be done in this league to just have more consistency? Because VAR is implemented, but there's no consistency there. I mean, we can see that right off the bat. One, and I'll give you my theory, and you guys whatever you guys want to tell me, of course. I think there should be repercussions for bad officiating. Just like a player gets a red card, they're out for 2 games. If a referee has a shit game, like Mike Dean, who had 2 red cards overturned by the FA, obviously he's doing something wrong. Obviously. So not only did you you did your job wrong, now you cost that team points. So now you're affecting every other team in the league. Like, it doesn't seem like it's that much of an effect in game, but then when you see it afterwards, oh shit, we lost 3 points for a mistake that this referee did, but yeah, he's refereeing this same weekend again. It's just fucked up.
I mean, I agree. I think there should be repercussions. I think that they should get also a amount of like you have 5 yellow cards, you can't play a game. Well, they should get 3 and not be able to officiate a game or be the 4th referee on the field.
But there's a shortage of referees in the EPL. They don't have any other referees to put in place. Like that's part of the issue.
But how do they not have referees? They rely too much on these old ass referees who've been there for God knows. There's young referees everywhere. There's no such thing as a shortage. No,
we talked about it before.
No, there's no shortage. I was in a classroom with 100 and something referees that had just signed up for this one class, and you're telling me there's not one referee to add into the roster over there?
Bro. When are you moving over there? So
I'm just saying.
He's gonna do it virtually. He's gonna do it virtually. He's gonna be VAR.
Yeah, for real. Who started at age 28? Somebody who's starting at age 15 now. You tell me that they're not ready to go to the Premier League yet?
No, I'm not saying they're not ready. I'm just saying they don't have any.
They do. They just don't want to. Yeah. I refuse to believe
on the FA that it's on the FA.
I refuse to believe.
What else can you do with that?
Rigged. There's no. You can't tell me that there's not another referee that they can just swap out with. There's Mike Dean.
They should do relegation for the referees. If you're shit, you go back. You go to the championship and then do them, and then the best one out of the championship comes and takes your spot.
Boom.
You do swaps. I am running for the president of FA. I'm putting in my 2020. I don't know when it is. Let's say 2026.
Yeah, man. Man. I don't know. Like, but Marco, I love that one. I love that one. That's a great one. I think we should submit that. I think we should clip that out and tag the Premier League in it so they can fucking get the shit right. I'm 100% serious on that. Honestly,
I'll make a video sent to you, and then we can put it on YouTube.
For real, but yeah, man. Promotion. But listen, man, they have got to find the solution to this refereeing because it is costing games. It cost Liverpool a possible 3 points at Everton when Pickford almost ended Van Dijk's career.
It cost Sheffield a couple points last season
with VAR, with the goal line technology. You know, it's bad. It's bad, and it's costing teams points. And I feel like it's not talked about enough. It's not looked at enough. And I'm here to shine that light. And with that, I think we can end this episode.
I think that's accurate.
All right. So with that being said, let's end today's episode. Thank you for joining us and watching Edgar paint that one streak in his. Well, he didn't paint anything. He was just like standing for the past month. my man sent it so much he had to spackle it again and send it all over again. We'll let you be, Edgar. We'll let you get back to work because I know we have a lot of things coming up. But one more week, right? One more week, and then we're not gonna see Edgar anymore. So hope you guys enjoyed it.
This is my last episode, guys. It's been nice knowing you.
With all that being said, we are the BenchWarmers, the bench with the voice, where the bench is always warm. And for you, Edgar, it's gonna be full of poo-poo.
Don't laugh too hard, Ricky. Yours is in 2 months.
Yeah, you ain't too far either, baby.
You ain't too far. You got really quiet really quick.
I won't say
guys. Peace out.